My phone buzzed, and the moment I opened the message, my hands went cold. We've agreed you're no longer part of the family. Don't expect an invitation again. I stared at my mom's name on the screen while my sister Hannah's laughing. Emoji popped right under it, like they were celebrating cutting me off. And the worst part? They sent it to the whole family group chat. On purpose. Not one person defended me. Not one. Before I continue, hit like, subscribe, and share. Because what happened next will make you rethink every perfect family you've ever seen. I kept reading the message as my chest tightened. Mom wrote I was a burden, a disappointment, and that excluding me was a mutual decision. But I knew the truth. This wasn't about family. It was about power. And about the one thing they believed. I didn't have. Dad added another message. Emma, don't show up to Thanksgiving. It's a family-only event. Family only. I laughed. Under my breath. If only they knew what I had built these last 2 years while they kept saying I'd end up working at some cheap store forever. I locked my phone and whispered to myself, they think I'm weak. Good, because no one, not even my sister, who loved humiliating me in front of everyone, knew that I wasn't the same Emma they pushed around. I wasn't the girl begging for love anymore. I had something they never expected, and they were about to find out in the most public way possible. Right at the event, they thought I wasn't worthy of attending. The next morning, I woke up to 50 missed calls, all from relatives who usually ignored me. At first, I thought someone had died. But when I listened to the first voicemail, my eyes widened. It was Aunt Lisa whispering, Emma, your mom messed up big this time. Don't tell anyone I told you. They're all panicking. Panicking? About what? Before I could process, another voicemail played. Uncle Mark saying, if the news breaks today, your mom will blame you. Be ready. Me? Why me? The family cuts me off. Then suddenly I'm the one they're worried about? I opened the family group chat again. It was chaos. Messages flying. People arguing. Mom typing long paragraphs. Then deleting them. Hannah spamming. Don't say anything. Just stay quiet. Stay quiet. For what? Then I finally saw it. A screenshot sent by accident, then immediately unsent. But not before I caught a glimpse. A legal notice. My mom's name on the top. Something about fraudulent withdrawal. I sat back, heartbeat sharp. My mom, the same woman who said I wasn't family material, was facing an investigation. And the timing was too perfect. Had they cut me off to protect themselves, or to keep me from knowing something bigger? My phone buzzed again. This time a message from my cousin Tyler, the only person who ever treated me normally. Emma, don't freak out, but they think you know something. They're having an emergency meeting at Grandpa's house. And they said your name, a lot. My stomach flipped. Why would they think I knew anything? Unless the secret I'd been keeping, the one that made them call me useless, was finally getting too big to hide. And before I could think of what to do, I saw Mom typing directly to me, Emma, come to the house, now. The same woman who kicked me out of the family yesterday was demanding I come home today. When I walked into the house, the room went silent, like they'd all been talking about me and got caught, but the person standing in front wasn't Mom. It was Grandpa's lawyer, Mr. Collins, the same man who never even remembered my birthday. And the look on his face? Fear. Real fear. He pulled off his glasses and said quietly, Emma, we need to talk. In private. But Mom jumped in front of him. Double quotes. No. Whatever you have to say, you can say it in front of the family. Dad crossed his arms. Hannah rolled her eyes. The whole family stared at me like I was the problem. I stayed calm. Too calm, which only made them more nervous. Mr. Collins sighed. All right. Then everyone needs to hear this. He opened a folder, thick, heavy, full of documents. Then he dropped the bomb. Emma was never supposed to be removed from the family. In fact, she's the primary heir of the estate. Every head snapped toward me. Mom single quotes as voice cracked as she shouted, That's impossible. S.A.'s not responsible enough. Dad slammed his hand on the table. We already agreed Hannah would handle everything. Mr. Collins shook his head. No, the revised will was signed 2 years ago by Grandpa himself. And he made Emma the majority heir because she was the only one working for her future instead of living off family money. His words, not mine. Hannah's mouth fell open. Aunt Lisa covered hers. Mom went pale. I didn't blink. I didn't flinch. I just said, "You told me I wasn't part of the family. Remember?" Mom's jaw tightened. "Emma, you weren't ready for this responsibility. Responsibility. That word again. The same one they beat me with every time I tried to stand on my own." I took a step closer. "What responsibility, Mom? The money you're hiding? The investigation? The fraud?" Gasps filled the room. Mom froze. Dad's face turned red. Hannah whispered, "Emma, how do you know about that?" I didn't, not fully, but the way they reacted told me everything. And before anyone could speak, Mr. Collins added, "There's another document. The one Grandpa personally asked me to give Emma." He pulled out a sealed envelope with my name written in Grandpa's shaky handwriting. My hands trembled as I broke the seal. Inside was a message that changed everything. And a key. The moment they saw the small silver key in my hand, the whole room reacted like I was holding a bomb. Hannah rushed forward first. "Emma, give it to me. You don't even know what that opens." Mom followed, voice shaking. "Sweetheart, listen to me. This isn't for you. Your grandfather wasn't thinking clearly when he wrote that." Sweetheart, that was the first time she'd used that word in years, which only confirmed one thing. Whatever this key opened, they needed it more than anything. I stepped back. No one touches me. Dad raised his voice. "Emma, stop acting dramatic. Hand it over before you make things worse." "Worse? For who?" Mr. Collins cleared his throat. "Everyone calm down. The key is for Emma alone. No one else has legal access to what it opens." I felt Mom's panic turn to anger. She grabbed my wrist. "You have nitrogen monoxide idea what's at stake." I pulled my hand free. "Then tell me, what's behind the door this key opens?" Dead silence. Hannah whispered under her breath, "If she opens it, we're done." Done? What did that even mean? My heart pounded as I unfolded the handwritten letter inside the envelope. It was short, but it hit like thunder. "Emma, if they ever turn on you, go to the storage unit, Unit 43. Everything you need is inside. It's time they face the truth." Grandpa storage unit? Truth? Everything I need? The whole family stared at me as if I were holding their death sentence. Mom stepped forward again, voice cracking. "Emma, please, don't go there. We can fix this. We can be a family again." A family? The same people who voted me out of one yesterday. I slipped the key into my pocket. "No, I'm going to see what Grandpa wanted me to see." Dad yelled, "If you open that door, you'll destroy this family." I turned toward him slowly. They already destroyed it when they chose to throw me out. I walked to the front door as their voices exploded behind me, shouting, begging, threatening. But the moment I stepped outside, my phone lit up with an unknown number calling. I answered. A cold male voice said, "Emma, if you open Unit 43, your family won't be the only ones in danger." Before I could respond, the call cut. I drove straight to the storage facility with my heart racing, the silver key digging into my palm like a warning. Every turn of the road felt heavier, like I was heading towards something that had been waiting for me long before. I even understood it. Unit 43 sat at the end of the row, quiet, cold, and strangely isolated from the others. When I slid the key into the lock, my hands were shaking, not from fear, but from the strange calm that comes before truth finally breaks through lies. As the door rolled up, dust filled the air. Inside were boxes, files, old briefcases, and a metal safe with my name taped on the front. Another keyhole. I used the same key. The safe clicked open. Inside were documents, bank statements, video drives, and a leather-bound folder labeled, "For Emma Only." I opened the folder and froze. Grandpa had kept everything, every shady transaction. Every secret account. Every fraudulent withdrawal, every forged signature, and every single one was linked to one person, my mother. She hadn't been stealing little from Grandpa. She had been draining his accounts for years, shifting money into fake companies under Hannah's name, even borrowing against the estate without permission. There were notarized statements from Grandpa himself, letters he wrote to me but never sent, and a video drive labeled, "The Truth." I plugged it into the dusty old laptop sitting in the corner. Grandpa appeared on the screen, frail, tired, but clear. "Emma, if you're watching this, it means they tried to push you out. They think you're weak because you don't fight. Like they do, but that's exactly why I chose you. Your mother stole more than money. She stole peace from this family. And one day she will blame you for what she did. So here's everything. Protect yourself. And when the time comes, show them who you really are." I covered my mouth as tears blurred my eyes. Grandpa had known. He had seen everything, and he had trusted me, the girl they called a disappointment, more than anyone. But the moment I turned off the video, I heard footsteps outside the unit, dozens of them, my family, all of them, rushing toward me like a pack hunting the person holding their secrets. Mom was at the front, her face twisted with fear and rage. "Emma, listen." "No," I said calmly. "You listen." I handed the documents to Mr. Collins, who had followed them there. He scanned them, face whitening with every line he read. "Mrs. Thompson," he said slowly, "these are federal offenses." Mom's knees buckled. Dad shouted, "You can't do this to us. We're family." I stepped out of the storage unit and faced them all. "A family? You threw me out. You erased me. You only came here because you wanted to erase the evidence too," Hannah cried. "Emma, please. Don't ruin us." I looked her dead in the eyes. "You ruined yourselves." Behind us, police sirens echoed in the distance. Mr. Collins had already made the call. Mom whispered, trembling, "Emma, I was trying to protect us." "No," I said. "You were trying to protect your lifestyle. And you were willing to sacrifice your own daughter for it." Officers stepped out of the patrol car as Mom and Dad backed away, panic swallowing them whole. I didn't yell. I didn't need to. Because the real revenge wasn't the arrest. It was the moment they realized they had destroyed the only person Grandpa trusted and handed me the power to expose everything. As the police took my mother's statements and sealed the evidence, Mr. Collins turned to me. "Emma, your grandfather wasn't wrong. You're stronger than all of them." I took a breath, a deep, steady, powerful breath. Then I walked away from the chaos. Their chaos, knowing one thing: they removed me from the family to protect themselves. But in the end, I was the only one the family actually had left. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't the underdog anymore.